Hello everyone, it's Julia Berminova and thank you for being with me again. So in today's video I'd like to finish with you the line of the page of my book about the Portuguese coast. So the idea is to paint all the sea stories that I see here living on the shores of the Atlantic. It can be a little tricky because sometimes there are too many moments, but I like the result so far. Hope you too. So this is all the Portuguese coast from south to north. Mostly I would say Cascais because I live near Cascais and Estoril. So I try to capture any different type and mood of water that I see in a day. So I have time of the moment, I have date, Nazaré, Cascais, so you can see how it reach. So we can see big waves, sunset, sunrise, even sunset is different each day. The movement of the water and the type of the wave, the pattern is so different every day. So I like to create a book with the different, like how amazing it could be in colors. I'm never bored to paint water, and because sometimes in my paintings I can be stuck with some typical subjects, typical. I have specific composition. I like for big artworks I like to choose special type of the waves. It would be something like that, or this one with the sailboats or reflections, maybe the water like that. But here I have no limits in this book. I really like to explore everything. So even big waves, which I'm not doing much in my regular artworks. I take stories about, like, I don't know, seagulls, some interesting colors which are not maybe this one. I would never do a big artwork with this story, for instance, on these colors. So I think I kind of stuck, in like my comfort zone in my big artworks, and I like this book because I can explore more, and I don't have this limit. So I'm going out. I mix any color: gray, pink, green, blue. So, and I would like to make 4 illustrations with you. I'm using just one brush. It could be like a nice synthetic with a good tip. I will mix my colors in my palette. I will tell you about colors. We have more or less sunset stories, so will be a lot of orange. I will also tell you a bit about my process. So let's go. I will show you the reference. So it's our first painting. I made reference visible for you today, and I made a pencil drawing already. So I'm not using any masking film. In my big artworks, for highlights, I would take masking film. You see highlights, I mean it's the whitest spots on the picture, like really a reflection of the sky, of the sun. So, and I have some kind of like step by step in my mind, and my first step is like I'm doing from lightest and biggest parts and washes to smallest and darkest. So my first wash is gonna be warm wash for the light for the entire painting. I'm doing technically the minis In this book I'm doing a bit different. I'm not using a lot of dry and wet because it's like too small for dry and wet for my main technique, so I'm using a lot of wet and dry. And then I'm working with edges. So I mixed the first color, the lightest color in the picture, except of highlights. So I'm going to cover everything with a wash, except white spots. So this first wash will show us the highlights. So they're there. I can improvise with a form, you know, like maybe here. Now it's wet and dry, so my paper is dry. Everything is so covering light mostly. I do everything, so it's light and shadows will be on top, except highlights. The lightest spots, they will be white with a paper color. So the first wash for the light is ready. It's warm, it's the lightest color that we can see on the picture. My second wash will be for shadows. The color can be a bit tricky, so let's try to mix it. Maybe I can try to mix it together here. So what do we have? It's a bit muted, like not that bright. I would say I can use cerulean blue, cadmium orange, so what about proportions? If you do more cadmium, it will be brown, but we are looking for some gray. Maybe in some moments it's like a warm gray. Again, I would tell you that I would never maybe take this reference as my as a reference for a big watercolor, because it's not colors I like most, but I like to try something new in this book. So I will have two options. My first one will be warmer, like a warm gray for beginning of the wave, because when it's close to sun for highlights, it's warmer. And my second color will be cooler, and I can even put a bit of cobalt blue, maybe a bit of pearl orange. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, like it. So pearl orange, cobalt blue. Cerulean, something like that. So two colors, warm and cold. They are a bit thicker than previous one. Previous one was very watery mixture. So starting with the shadows. Warmer here. So it's my big shadow or a big wave. And then there are like smaller strokes, also they're warm, using more warmer mixture. So now I'm covering, like as I said in the beginning, my logic is like from big and warm to smallest and darkest. So my first wash was the biggest, the light, and now it's all shadow, like a big shadow that I see. The second dark color, like a mid-tone, I would say. A bit of lavender. This color is super tricky. Sometimes I look at that and I really can't understand what is there. Lots of small strokes for waves, because it's kind of windy. The waves, they have movement. A bit warmer for the light. So we have light, we have mid-tone, and the last one is gonna be shadows inside waves. It's at the darkest color, so I would mix something similar gray, but maybe with a bit of indent blue here. Prussian, oh, not Prussian. I was thinking about maybe adding some, let's add some Prussian blue, no, pearl orange. Okay. They are inside shadows. So, if you see, I have much more pages in this book, in this sketchbook to finish. We can let me know if you like it, the process, and to watch this kind of maybe traditional watercolors, the process of not the traditional. So let me know, and if you like, I can paint maybe a few more with you together, or we can do it like a series of paintings from time to time. So that was it. One more page is ready, and I will see you in the next videos. Thank you so much. Bye.